All right, golfers, Dean with golfallyear.com. And today we're going to talk about some of the tips and tricks as part of my tips and tricks series using the settings and what kind of things can you do with the settings to help you have a better experience with the Optishot 2. And so first thing that I suggest you do when you are ready to play and get on the course or the driving range is to make sure you go and manage your club sets. So I'm in the driving range right here. I go down to the bottom and I scroll over to where it says manage club sets. And so when I click on that, that'll have all my club sets. Now, you can do a couple of things from this. You can, one, create your own club set using your personal set, okay? And that's what I did with the TaylorMade there, okay? Or you can go up here and you can click on any of these that have the asterisk by them, and that will create a club set for you. My suggestion, here's one of the tips, is to use the game improvement set of clubs, as it's much easier to hit. They're more for the average golfer. Now, if you're a really good golfer, you know, you're a lot better than, say, you know, a 5, 6, 7 handicap, then you might be able to use the players or the other ones. But for the average golfer, I'm an average golfer. For average golfer like me, I'm about an 8 handicap. I use the game improvement, and that it just kind of makes it a little bit easier to hit. Now, if you want to create your own, you can do that too. And you can go to new. You can type in your club set. So let's say I type in my club set, golf all year, and then I can pick which one it will automatically fill my clubs with. I can go game improvement, and then I can go in here and I can change anything that I want. I can change my driver to hit like a 2-wood or whatever I want it to be. I will look at the actual specifications of my clubs. Let's say I'm hitting, you know, I hit TaylorMade's. So what is the shaft length for my driver? What's my average distance? And this is basically the tip here is this is only used to club you with the caddy. So when you're going on the course, it will come up with the correct club based on your distance for each club. So it'll automatically put it in there. Now you can always change the club before you hit, but that is going to give you the preset club for you. And so your average distance will kind of be like your caddy and how they'll pull out the club for you. And then you want to change your loft of your club, in particular your driver. You'll want to make sure what your loft is on your driver. Usually, you know, it's a 9, 10.5 on your driver. And then this offset, here's a little tip for you also. The offset on the Optishot can be used instead of the calibration. If you are calibrating and then you don't need to use the offset. But if you don't want to calibrate or the calibration isn't working with the Optishot, then come in here and change it and offset it to how it's going to best work for you. Okay, the offset's going to kind of turn the club face. Okay, and so by setting that to a different number there, you can change the club face. So if you want more of a draw, you might set more of an offset. Now the speed adjustment and distance adjustments, my suggestion to you is to just mess with the distance adjustment. I'm going to be coming out with a video here on the distance adjustment and how much it is. But for right now, you know, 5, if you change it to 105, you're going to get about 5 more yards in distance out of it. Okay, if you go up to 110, okay, you're actually going to get about, I found it to be about 15 yards more than you normally would hit. So kind of play around with that and find out what works for you. I like to set it at 105 for me, but that's up to you. Driver, on the other hand, you might want to set a little lower as with the driver, I think that it over exaggerates what it's going to get. So I think the driver is actually going to give you more distance than you normally would. So I might lower that I know in some tournaments they lower it to like 88% or so. So you can play around with that and figure that out. But then you can go through all your clubs and change the offsets if you want, or you can calibrate, like I said, and you can change any of your clubs. Okay. And so really kind of get a feel. I'd go to the driving range and hit and get a feel for your distances, and then come in here and change it on the Optishot. And so you can do that for all your clubs. Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, I'm going to click no here. The second tip that I think is very important that some people forget to do is make sure you go down here and select ball type. Okay, make sure if you're hitting real golf balls, then put it to the real ball here. If you're not hitting a ball, put it down there. If you're hitting your foam ball, in there, right? So just change that because I think that does have an effect on your distance. Okay, and so those are some easy things that you can do to improve your accuracy of your Optishot and have a better distance. One thing that I want to mention here also is that you can also change the height of your shots. Notice I have it on one of the lower settings. You can actually move this and it'll change it to how high you hit your shot. I tend to hit a lower shot, so I like to put it at a lower trajectory. Okay, so that's another little thing that you can do. Okay, and now I'm going to move this over here a little bit so you can see. And now I want to show you some other things that you can do to improve your play and to make the Optishot more accurate and I think a better experience. Click on the settings option down there and then click on environment and physics. Okay, and here you can change the wind. Okay, so I like to keep it at a calm breeze. It's going to really increase. I did a video you can check on my channel on the wind factor and how much it affects your distance, but you can check that. You can also check change the direction. But here's where I like to change the first thing is to go to the penalties of the shot distance. I like to keep it as simple as possible, and so I like to click these and put these into easy and just see where it gives me my distance. I think it makes it a little bit easier to play the Optishot. You know, sometimes if you have it on the moderate and the other one's the demanding, it can really affect your distance, and it can be really hard to play sometimes. I found that no matter how hard I hit out of some of the roughs, if it's on the moderate setting, I cannot get it the distance that I want. And so I suggest you switch it to easy, but you can do what you want with it and play it. Again, the greens, you know, you may, depending on the course you're playing, I'm going to do some previews of some of the courses like Pebble Beach and things. You may want to change that to slow or change it to a speed that might help you. And so those are some things that you can do. You can also change the fairway speed, which is going to help you with your roll. If you live in an area that you know, you get a lot of roll and you're not seeing it on the Optishot, you can change that also. So you can go in there and mess with that. So there are a lot of different settings there that you can play with. And so I like to keep them on the easy setting. And then you can always, if you start to feel that it's not doing well for you, you can always adjust those. So those are some tips and tricks using the settings. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel. We're doing videos like this, all the time. And so I'm trying to, you know, help everyone with golf and trying to get better at golf. So have a great day.